Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm gonna rank all the banned cards and tell you whether they can come back or not. So here are all the banned cards. Don't remember the correct number, but anyway we're gonna go one by one. So the first one is Apollousa. Apollousa was busted and she is never gonna come back because non-once per turn monster negate is toxic and it's really not that interactive of a card. Same for Imperial Order. It's also a card that stops one certain mechanic in spells, and they tried to errata Imperial Order so that you have to pay 700 life points and you cannot destroy it by your own will. It's still a toxic card, so this is never gonna come back. Confiscation also never gonna come back because hand knowledge is probably the most dangerous part of Yu-Gi-Oh, because it's not like in other games where hand knowledge isn't that important. Here in Yu-Gi-Oh, if your opponent sees your hand, he'll allocate his negates towards your cards. That's why confiscation is never gonna come back. Link Decoder, it's a Link 1, I think. This was banned recently, I think last year maybe, and to be honest with you, this can definitely come back to 1. I know that it would make Malice a little bit stronger, but Malice is already strong. They lost a white binder. They have, I think, Dormouse is at 1 and the other Malice is also at 2, and also the field spell is at 2. This wouldn't really elevate Malice to tier 0, definitely not in the nothing category, because no, it would change not that much. A Shockmaster, yep, never gonna come back. Blocks their opponent for not using a certain type. Next up is Gofu. Gofu is interesting because it got banned, I think, in 2017 when Link monsters were new at the time. Gofu was immediately banned, and of course it's broken with links, but now maybe it could come back, but with an errata, and the errata should be like if you summon it, you cannot special summon monsters from the exo deck except synchro monsters. I think that would be very reasonable and it wouldn't really kill the card. Next up, this is the Windberry statue, not gonna come back. Dagger Element would do absolutely nothing. Dandelion, on the other hand, they made the new version of Dandelion, so that kinda means that Dandelion will never come back. It summons 2 tokens if it is sent to the graveyard. Probably never gonna come back. Maybe you could try and errata it, but they already made the new Dandelion. Yeah, there's no point in that. Fossil Dino Pachycephalo, nope, never gonna come back. It's even more broken than the Windberry statue. Under Fossil Dino you cannot summon special summon, period. The same goes for the Gimmick Puppet. Even Gimmick Puppet is not using this card. This card is super toxic and it will never come back. Grinder Golem, shout out to Lithium by the way. Grinder Golem, talking about Grinder Golem every single video when Grinder Golem was legal, good old days. Errata 2 twice per turn. Heavy Storm definitely can come back to 1. Worse version of Feather Duster. I know they're so heavy, can definitely come back. Fiber Jar, on the other hand, is never gonna come back because it's an annoying card and resets the duel. And you're basically playing like duel in a duel, which is absurd to think about. Jaugen, never gonna come back. Kaiser Colosseum as well, never gonna come back. Just an annoying card. Nightmare Griffin. Nightmare Griffin is interesting, but it's not that oppressive in my opinion, because the Griffin could come back to 1. It's not that broken as all of these cards are over here. Magical Scientist, maybe erratate to once per turn. Yeah, just erratate to once per turn. Tomahawk is interesting as well. Summons 5 tokens, which is crazy, but it didn't really get any time to show if this card is broken or not. It was immediately banned in TCG, I think. Probably cannot come back unless another card gets banned, because summoning 5 tokens, one card is really broken. Maybe this card is overrated, I don't know. I did see some combos in the Crystron or Auroradon combos where you would use the Tomahawk, but that wasn't really that insane in my opinion. Maybe this can come back, but Paradise Smasher, of course, not gonna come back because it's a floodgate. It's basically like Apollousa. Yep, painful choice, never gonna come back. Of course, this is self-explanatory. Like, you're sending 5 cards, you don't even care what you get in your hand. That's basically, so at worst you're getting 1 for 1 for any card in the deck, and also it's 4 Foolish Burials. So yeah, this is never gonna come back. You cannot even errata this card to make it fair, so this is never coming back. Cluster Amaryllis. Cluster is interesting, so it's a FTK card, and to be honest with you, you can put it over here, or you can put it here in an errata, a section where it can come back but with errata, so you can make it a once per turn. I think that would solve the issue with this card, but you can also put it over here so you never touch this card. Yeah, let's leave it over here, but it can also receive an errata, but it would really kill the card, so maybe not. Yeah, leave it over here. Premature Burial definitely can come back to 1. I know it's an equip spell and it's searchable by Vernoble and Doomsy, those decks that run equip spells, but Prem is okay. I know, it's okay. It's a monster reborn that can be destroyed by Mystical Space Typhoon, and we all know that Radiant Typhoon is the meta currently, so this wouldn't really be good in this format. Return from the Different Dimension. It's a trap. Yes, it does bring back all the monsters from the banish pile. Maybe test it as a one-off. Can come back to 1 maybe. Konami can definitely test this card, and if this card tends to be broken, they can just reban it once again, but I don't really think that a trap version of Dimension Fusion is gonna do anything, but maybe this is a mistake. But for now, let's leave it at can come back to 1. Predaplant Verte Anaconda, interesting one, and I think that this can also come back to 1. It's not that crazy of a card. Of course it can summon the Dragoon or DP or even the Rainbow Neoson or whatever you want. I don't know, man. It's legal in Master Duel and it really doesn't do a lot, so I would really like to see Verte come back to 1. Maxi, before I would tell you that Maxi can come back, but now with Molcharmis, Fuvalos, Parulia and Meows, I really have changed my mind about Maxi. Now I see that the future are Molcharmis, and they are very fair because you cannot use them if you have a card on the field, meaning you cannot use Molcharmis if you have a full established board, while Maxi can be used like that. So Maxi's never gonna come back, probably gonna get banned in the OCG and Master Duel. Soul Charge is a interesting as well. Could I errata Soul Charge that could make it at least a bit more fair? Maybe like 2000 per monster is not enough because life points aren't that important in today's metagame. For now, let's leave this in never gonna come back because yeah, it's Soul Charge base, it's so broken. Metamorphosis, on the other hand, really like to see Metamorphosis go to 1 because it is a strong card and it's open-ended. Just like with Return of the Different Dimension, I would like to see Meta also be tested to 1. So if it tends to be broken, then just reban it and that's completely fine. Dimension Fusion, yep, never gonna come back. Paying 2000 life points, it's a spell and it's also a fusion card because it has dimension, it has fusion in its name. So yeah, this is never gonna come back. Self-destruct button, it's never gonna come back because it's not that it's broken, but it's annoying and it would mean a lot of draws in the game. So yeah, this is never gonna come back. Mystic Mine, I never hated Mystic Mine, to be honest with you, and I think that this card is quote-unquote it's okay, but I know that a lot of players hate this card and I understand that. Probably never gonna come back. Original Sinful Spoils. This would ever come back. This would mean that Snake Eyes is probably the best deck again, so yeah, it can never come back, definitely. Dweller, Abyss Dweller, is never gonna come back. It's another Floodgate, and Floodgates are bad for the game, so if we clean all the Floodgates, like in this case, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is gonna be much more playable and much more fun to play with. Yeah, Block Dragon. Block Dragon I think is legal in OCG and Master Duel, and it really isn't doing a lot. Maybe test it as at 1. Yeah, let's see if it would make a difference at 1, if it is too broken, if Adamantium, if what's the deck? Adamantium, if it gets to be the best deck because of Block Dragon, then reban this card, but at least let's see it. Cold Wave, never gonna come back, definitely. It's another Floodgate. Cyberstein is interesting. Probably it cannot come back unless another card gets banned, because the power of Cyberstein solely relies on the power of the fusion monsters. So that's why Cyberstein for now cannot come back unless you ban 10 fusion cards, which is not worth it for Cyberstein. Fitchburg Blaster, it's not once per turn I think, and it can bring itself back, and it's a level, I think it's a level 1 tuner, maybe I'm wrong, but I think that this can definitely come back. It's not that degenerate anymore, and it's not like it's 20, I don't know when was this card even played, maybe like 2011, 2010, I don't know. But yeah, I would really like to see this card come back, and it would probably do nothing. Tyrant Neptune, since Feral Imps is banned now, maybe this card can definitely come back, and it would really do nothing. But I would also like to see Feral Imps come back, because when Mitsurugi gets destroyed by the next list, because Mitsurugi is I think still a very good deck, Feral Imps it's a okay card, and I don't really think that Feral Imps is that problematic. But for now, Tyrant Neptune can come back and it would do nothing. I also think that if Feral Imps and Tyrant Neptune come back, nobody's gonna play that lock where you copy the effect of the Nightingale, so it's 4k attack or something. Yeah, nobody's gonna play that in 2026. I think that was played in that Tyrant Neptune was banned in 2018 I think, so 8 years is a long time. And Trap Dashut, another hand knowledge card, but it is a trap, it is slower, but I still think that it can never it's never gonna come back, because hand knowledge is important, and sniping a card from your opponent's hand is very, very much insane. Ultimate Offering, interesting, so you can get Ultimate Offering is interesting. They did make a new Ultimate Offering, I think it's Ultimate Offering, and it gives you 3 normal summons by paying 1000 life points. That's interesting, I guess. But I also think that the original Ultimate Offering can come back. And what's it gonna do? It's a trap, it's slow, and you have to basically wait until turn 3 or 4 to use it, so it's not that great of a card, it's not worth it. Victory Dragon is never gonna come back, solely because it is a match winning card, and I don't understand how Konami let Victory Dragon be a official card, because there are so many match winning cards and they are not legal for official play, while Victory Dragon is. I mean, that's confusing, I guess. So I would see, so either this card is never gonna come back, or just delete it from the official game and you have one less banned card. Yeah, that's great. Moon of the Closed Heaven. So this is for the Finsmith package. It is generic and it's never gonna come back. Yeah, because any two monsters equals Finsmith engine and probably never gonna come back. It is unfortunate. Maybe hear me out. Maybe if you ban Requiem, you can bring back Moon of the Closed Heaven, because then Requiem is the main card that you get to the Finsmith part of the deck, and if you ban Requiem, Moon of the Closed Heaven is completely fine. So yeah, definitely put it over here. Giant Trunade. So this can bounce all the spell and traps. To be quite frank with you, can come back and would do nothing. I know this is a hot take, but hear me out. We have Heavy Storm, we have Feather Duster, we have Lightning Storm, we have a lot of mass removal spell and traps. If you wanna use Giant Trunade to bring back the spell and all the spell and traps on the field to the hand, that's okay at best, I think. But you know, that's just my opinion. And in today's metagame, would you even run Giant Trunade instead of Lightning Storm or Feather Duster or Heavy Storm? You probably wouldn't. Yep, Crystron Hulky Fibrex. Crystron Hulky Fibrex probably can come back, but with Errata. The errata would be that it requires two monsters, including a Crystron tuner. I know that that's also not really that great of a errata, but it would make it a lot more fair. And also it would be great for Crystrons. I know that they released the Hulky Fibrex Prism. Kinda means that Hulk is never gonna come back, but we can all hope that if they just errata Hulky Fibrex to require a Crystron tuner, that would actually fix this card a lot. Last turn, never gonna come back, solely because it's a annoying card and it has too many ruling questions, and I don't really wanna play a game where if you resolve last turn, then I have to think what my opponent is gonna summon from the deck, or I don't even remember what this card does. But anyway, this is never gonna come back. Even if you have a Floodgate that you can special summon a monster from the deck, then this means that they immediately win the duel, so that's Toxicus. Last Will as well, never gonna come back. It's too freaking generic, and if it was, this card was forbidden back in 2004 or 5, I guess, I don't know. But this, if it was banned back then, 20 years ago, you can imagine how broken this card would be in today's metagame. I wouldn't even want to think about that. Level Eater. Level Eater can come back, but with an errata. The errata would probably be, if you use the effect of Level Eater, you either wanna make it a once per turn, or you can make it not once per turn like the original, but when you use Level Eater, it locks you into Synchro Monsters for the rest of this turn. Maybe that's a great errata, and it doesn't really kill a card, because Level Eater is it a iconic card? I don't know. But it is definitely a well-known card, and errataing it to use it multiple times. But it locks you into Synchro Summon. That would be a great errata. Mirage of Nightmare. Interesting. So it draws you until you have 4, but you discard during your next turn. Maybe, probably gonna, it can come back and it would really do nothing. Let's at least try it at 1, because at 1 it isn't searchable and it draws you 4, but you have to empty your whole hand. For precaution, I would wanna see this card at 1 first, and then if it does nothing at 1, just bring it back to 3. Another barrier statue. This is fire. This is also never gonna come back. Self-explanatory. Beatrice is interesting. It's probably never gonna come back, but you can also erratate to require. You can also erratate. So basically, she has 2 effects, where you can slap her on Dante. And when you do, you cannot use the effect that same turn, but if it is summoned by using 2 level 6s, you can use the effect to send any card. So the errata would probably be that if you summoned her by using 2 level 6s, you cannot use the effect the same turn that it was summoned. So you would basically revert to the 2 effects, but even then it would probably be broken, because then any 2 level 3s is Dante, and then Dante can be used to summon Beatrice. So maybe that's also not that good enough. Maybe that's also not a good errata. Yeah, it's probably never gonna come back, coming to think of it. A card of safe return. It draws your card every time you special summon from the graveyard. That's insane. How insane it is, because it is not searchable and it basically doesn't do anything on its own. So it is sort of a win more card. It can come back to 1. Maybe you can erratate, so it's a hard once per turn, or hard twice per turn, I guess. So maybe make it a little bit more playable. Yeah, maybe like this. Yeah. So it's twice per turn. It's a Pot of Greed. That's not bad at all. Hot Archfiend King Calamity. Never gonna come back. Disgusting card. Mind Master, on the other hand, is okay, I think, and it can come back and it would do absolutely nothing. I'll tell you why, because in Genesis I think that Mind Master is 1 point, and I was thinking that I would play Mind Master in punks, because punks aren't pointed as well. But when I read the Mind Master that you have to pay 800 life points and tribute 1 other psychic monster, then this was really not that worth it, because I thought that this card was like a Lone Fire Blossom, where you can pay 800 life points and tribute itself, summon any punk from the deck, but I was wrong. So this my master definitely can come back. It's completely fine. Galaxy Eyes Matter Dragon, never gonna come back. Sending 3 dragons for cost is broken, and it's never gonna come back, of course. Yeah, no. This is staying forbidden till the end of time, because any dragon, and for cost, so that you cannot even hash it or Veiler discard. Pot of Greed, no. I know that a lot of decks have their own Pot of Greeds, but if they had a generic Pot of Greed, which is not once per turn, it is +1, it has no restriction, nothing, nada. Yeah, never gonna come back. Also, the same situation is with Jin, the releaser of Rituals. Also never gonna come back. It's just another floodgate. Snow can come back to 1. And it probably will come back in the near future, because we just got new Fairy Tail monsters, and because we just got the new Fairy Tail support, and that means that Fairy Tail Snow is most likely gonna come back. I think she was banned, then she came back to 1 and then rebanned again, but I think that this card isn't that insane like it was 3 or 4 years ago when Tearlament was the best deck. Yeah, I think that this is fine as a one-off. Master Plan. Master Plan is... I think this can definitely come back to 1. It wouldn't really change a lot for Spirals. I mean, it would search Spiral Resort, then Double Helix has a broken monster to summon from the deck. It also adds the Mission Rescue Trap, which is non once per turn reborn. But I don't really think that would make Spiral meta, because Spiral, I think it's power crept now. The Master Plan can definitely come back to 1. I think that Master Plan is legal in Master Duel. I think I have to fact check that, but I don't really know if Spiral is not even playable in Master Duel. Vanity's Emptiness, hell no. Another Floodgate, nope. Bahamut Shark can't come back unless another card gets banned, meaning Totally Awesome. Konami was either thinking on banning Totally Awesome or any shark, but most likely Totally Awesome. I think if Totally Awesome gets banned, then Bahamut Shark would definitely come back to 3, but Konami decided to ban Bahamut Shark and leave Totally Awesome 3. I think that's a good decision, because Bahamut Shark is really broken, not just for summoning Totally Awesome, but for sharks. And if in the future we get any water XYZ, it will probably be abused by Bahamut Shark, so that's a good decision by Konami. Electromite is completely fine to come back to 1. 3 is too much, I think, but 1 would be more than enough, because pendulums aren't strong at all. They are actually very, very weak. But the two new magicians were really strong, and also the new Odd Eyes Pendulum card. They are very strong, so with those 3 new cards, I think those cards were... But pendulums are probably gonna make a comeback when the 3 new Overframe pendulums come to the TCG. I think it was the new Odd Eyes pendulum. I think I did a video on it. New Odd Eyes pendulum, new Astrograph, and the new Time Gazer Magician. They are very good cards, especially in Pendulum Magicians, and Astrograph would elevate that deck a lot, and it would make it not maybe a tier 2, maybe tier 3, maybe, I don't know. It would definitely be a good deck again. It would definitely make it a good deck again, and also pendulums really need a decent starter, and they didn't have it for a long time. Yeah, Electromite 2-1. Rongominiot, yep, never gonna come back. Another Floodgate. Ronan Toden, the same as the Bahamut Shark, because if it comes back you have to ban Totally Awesome, yeah, you have to ban Totally Awesome. But also maybe Ronan Toden is not that ban worthy at all, maybe. But also, in my opinion, I think that Ronan Toden could come back to 1 even without an errata or banning Totally Awesome, because Sprite isn't strong as it once was. So maybe, yeah. King of the Fairlimps, since I put Tyrant Neptune here, it's Fairlimps is probably not gonna come back, but I would really like for him to come back at least to 1, because there are some reptile archetypes that really needed this card, but you know, Mitsurugi came and Mitsurugi is broken, and Fairlimps can get to Habakiri. So yeah, I understand that. I'm probably gonna put Fairlimps over here actually, because if you bring back Fairlimps, you'll never bring back Tyrant Neptune, and vice versa. Utopic Zexal, never gonna come back. Another Floodgate. The Link 1 for Prank Kids, it can come back and it would do absolutely nothing. Because Prank Kids are very bad now, and they haven't been good for 4 years, I think now. So having a Link 1, having their Link 1 go back at least to 1, or I would bring it back to 3 immediately, because it really doesn't matter 1 or 3, because they can always shuffle back that Link 1. So I would really like to see Prank Kids, what's the name, Meow Meow, doesn't matter. The equip where it looks into your hand, yep, never gonna come back. Expulsion, probably in this section it cannot come back unless another card gets banned. Yep, Starving Venom can definitely come back to 1. I know that Astrograph, I know that him and Electromite are really strong together, but it's not that strong. It's not that strong like it was in 2018 or 2019, yeah. So I would really like to see both of these cards come back to 1. Especially Starving Venom is good at 1 because it stops the FTK, and also having it as a one-off is good for pendulums. The Mind Hacker, never gonna come back. It looks into your extra deck and it banishes one from. It looks into your extra deck and it also banishes one from the extra deck. So that's insane, because they get knowledge of your extra deck, meaning they'll also know what you're playing, and also they're sniping one of your important pieces from the extra deck. So this is never gonna come back. Union Carrier. Union Carrier can probably come back, but it has to be with an errata, and the errata would be that it would require 2 Union monsters, and it can only equip Union monsters from the deck, not any monster. So I think that would be a very decent errata. The Kashtira, never gonna come back. It's Macrocosmos, it's a Floodgate. Protoss, also never gonna come back. Toxic card. They brought this card, I think, back to 1 last year, and they rebanned it once again. So yeah, this is never gonna come back. Broad Bull is interesting. I would even say that Broad Bull can now come back to 1 because Zodiac isn't that insane like it was in 2017. And also searching one Beast Warrior wouldn't really make much of a difference. So yeah, Broad Bull to 1. Eclipse Wyvern is interesting, and and I know that OCG has this card at 1, I think, and that's very optimistic because Eclipse Wyvern is not once per turn, and it can banish a dragon and then reoccur that same dragon you just banished. In my personal opinion, I wouldn't bring this card back, but let's see it if but let's see if this card would make a difference. If it does, if it gets too broken, if it's too broken, you can just bring it here. Link Cross is also never gonna come back. It's a Link 2 that summons tokens. No, this card is never coming back. Same for Azadot. Another Floodgate. You either summon it on your turn, then your opponent cannot use their hand traps, or you summon it on your opponent's turn and you lock your opponent out of using their monster effect. So yeah, this is never coming back. Sixth Sense is also never gonna come back, but it would be interesting to see it at 1. And yeah, I would actually like to see this card come back to 1. It's not searchable. It can of course draw you 5 or 6 cards, which is insane, but if you miss the die roll, you would also mill 3 or 4 cards. It's not that insane. Let me just put it over here just as a test out option, like with the Return from the Different Dimension, like with Metamorphosis, just like with Eclipse Wyvern. Norden, on the other hand, is never gonna come back, and if it ever comes back, it would mean that Instant Fusion should be banned, but Instant Fusion is at 1 and Norden is probably never gonna come back. Maybe with an errata where you make Norden a hard once per turn, maybe like that, because that was the problem with Norden, because Norden got banned because of Zodiac and looping of Norden and using the fusion substitute and Emerald to shuffle back 3 monsters plus 3 monsters to draw 1 card, and you draw 1 more card from fusion substitute, so you would end up with +6. So maybe errata Norden to hard ones per turn, and I think maybe that would actually make it a fair card. Yeah, let's leave it like that. Tempest Magician, definitely not, it's a FTK card. Forceful Century, also definitely no, just like Confiscation. Forceful Century is also a hand knowledge card, and no, definitely not. Isolde is interesting, and I would actually tell you, in my opinion, that Isolde can come back to 1. She's not broken. She's like the best, the worst card, because she is the best card for warriors, but you have to run the equip spells, so that makes your deck a lot more brickier. She can definitely come back to 1. Like, come on, it's legal in Master Duel, she's legal in Master Duel, she's legal in OCG, and Isolde is doing nothing, so I would put her over here. Goblin can definitely come back to 3, and it would do nothing because you would really need to make a lot of setup for Goblin to make it good, and to be honest with you, Duke of Demise is so much better than Goblin, and both of them have the same effect, but Duke of Demise is so easy to summon, while Goblin needs to have the link arrows pointing left and right, so that's a little bit weird. So yeah, this can definitely come back. Mermaid on the other hand can never come back, because that would unlock the Orcust. That would also unlock Orcust even more, so that we don't want that. So Mermaid is definitely never gonna come back. Laval Chain, never gonna come back, unfortunately, I have to say it, because it's a rank 4, it's generic, and it can send any card, so that's insane. And yeah, the Laval Chain is never coming back. Like a Phantom Beast Auroradon is interesting, and I would actually tell you that Auroradon can absolutely come back to 1, because there's no Hulky Firebreaks, and maybe also, actually, when I'm thinking about it, I know that this is too generic. Maybe Erratide to require at least one Mecha Phantom Beast monster. Maybe that would be a good fix. Yeah, I'll leave it over here. Invoker can come back to 1. I think it's at 1 in OCG and Master Duel, and it's doing nothing. So I would like to see Maxaber Invoker come back. Red Reboot, definitely not gonna come back. It shuts off all the trap cards, and that's very, very insane. We don't want cards like Imperial Order and Red Reboot just shutting off traps and spell cards. That's too much. So Red Reboot is never coming back. I know that it is at 2 in Master Duel, but I don't understand why, because it's either at 3 or 0, but okay. Agido, never gonna come back. Milling 5 from the deck is just gonna get even crazier and crazier as the years go by, because we'll just get every year we get a insane card that triggers when it is sent to the graveyard, and Agido would definitely abuse that. So yeah, Ouroboros definitely never gonna come back. It's a Trishula in XYZ form. It's broken in the it's also freaking broken in Ryzeal, because you can summon Ouroboros during your opponent's turn, so that's also too much. So yeah, summon limit another Floodgate, it's never gonna come back. Scarecrow can definitely come back, it would do absolutely nothing. Egger Pain can never come back, it can summon any dragon from the extra deck, that's too much. The same goes for LP. LP can summon from the main deck, which is also insane. Yeah, both of them can never come back. Sprite Elf on the other hand could come back to 1. Master Duel and OCG have it at 1, and it's not that problematic. I don't even know if it is even played. I know that Yami plays it because it's legal in Master Duel, but I'm thinking that I don't even know if I don't even think that Sprite Elf is even that good in Yami. Maybe it's another option. I would definitely want to see Sprite Elf come back to 1, because in my opinion this card got banned way too quickly, and it killed off Sprite back in 2022. and I would definitely want to see it at 1. Curious also got banned because of Curious also got banned because of Tearlaments, and I know it's basically like a Lovable Chain but in a Link 3 form, but I actually think that this card could come back to 1. Not a lot of decks can summon this card, and that makes it a lot more fair than Lovable Chain. Lovable Chain is 2 level 4s, which level 4s are so prevalent, and Curious being a Link 3, and I think it requires 3 monsters. It is good, definitely, it's definitely good, but I would really like to see Curious come back. It would probably boost some decks, especially Lightsworn, but outside of Lightsworn I don't really know what would get a boost. Maybe Infernity would get a boost, because then we would play Dangers, but even Dangers aren't that good anymore. So yeah, Curious to 1. Splash Mage just got forbidden, so for now we're just gonna leave it over here. But in the near future this can definitely come back to 1, because it's just another extender for Cybers. So I'm actually gonna put Splash Mage over here. Gumblar, never gonna come back, of course. It's a hand loop card and it's so easy to summon it because it's generic. Yeah, no way. Kelbeck, the same as Agido, never gonna come back. Mills 5 cards, so if you mill 2 of them, they mill 10 cards, and that's too much. That's basically 1/4 of your deck. Yeah. The Samurg, Bird of Sovereignty. This can actually come back to 1, because the barrier statue of the Stormwinds is banned, and this card is completely fine when the wind barrier statue is forbidden, so I would like to see this card come back to 1 as well. Chaos Ruler is unfortunately never gonna come back. It's too generic, and it also mills 5 cards, and it also adds you a light or dark to your hand. That's too much advantage from 1 card, and it can also bring itself back, so too much. The barrier, yep, self-explanatory, never gonna come back. This card, since it was released, has been toxic and it created one-sided duel, so yeah, never gonna come back. The same with Artifact Mjolnir, never gonna come back. It's another floodgate, and we don't need floodgates in this game. The Linkwind Duo, also never gonna come back. It's even better than Forceful Sentry and Confiscation, because Confiscation and Forceful Sentry loop one card from your hand, while the Linkwind Duo can loop 2 cards, which is too much. Okay, I adjusted the size of the tier list, so now you can see the whole. You can see. So now I adjusted the tier list, so now you can see the whole tier list in 1 frame. So that's good. Next up, Borreload Savage Dragon. Savage Dragon is a card that I know it is a Omni-Negate and it is generic, but it actually does need a little bit of setup, which doesn't say a lot, but when a card needs setup, it still makes it a lot more fair. So I would actually like to see Borreload Savage to 1, because it isn't a Omni-Negate if it doesn't have a Link monster to equip to itself. So that's why I would put it to 1. Graceful, of course, is never gonna come back. That's self-explanatory. it's even better than Pot of Greed, because Pot of Greed, even though it is a +1, Graceful Charity is digging 3 cards into our deck, and also it discards 2. So those discards can also benefit you, because a lot of decks now have cards that when they are sent to the graveyard they also plus a lot. So that's why Graceful is never gonna come back. A Pointer of the Red Lotus, also never gonna come back. A Pointer of the Red Lotus is also never gonna come back, because this is another version of Trap Dashwood. So yeah, never gonna come back. Mass Driver is a FTK card, so this is also never gonna come back. I know that it's not searchable because it's a continuous spell, but yeah, if you have this card in your hand, yeah, this card, in all honesty, doesn't promote anything healthy or interactive, so that's why Mass Driver is never coming back. Tearlament Kit Kalos, never gonna come back. I do love Tearlaments, but Kit Kalos would really bring this back to life, and it would make it a tier 2, because in the TCG we have all 3 Tearlament names, while in comparison to Master Duel, where Tearlament I think has 2 Sharon and one Heaveness and Merle's Band, and even on Master Duel, Tearlament is still a strong deck because Kit Kalos is legal in there. So yeah, this card is never gonna come back. The same is with Royal Oppression. I know that both players can use, but this is too much, and this card is super non-interactive. The Earth Barrier statue is also never gonna come back. Yeah, never gonna come back. Earth Monsters site the same as Mjolnir, also never gonna come back. Zen Mighty can definitely come back to 1. Maybe if you ban Hunter, or maybe if you test Zen Mighty at 1, if it becomes a problem, which I don't think it will, because Zen Mighty is a good card, but it's okay, I guess. It's okay at best, because it can summon any wind up from the deck. I would really like to see Zen Mighty back at 1. VFD, nope, never gonna come back. And also Baron the Floor, never gonna come. Also Baron the Floor is never gonna come back as well, because it's a generic negate. It can bring itself back to the extra deck to give you follow-up as well, and also it can destroy a card on the field, and it's a Omni negate, and it's 3000, and yeah, too much on 1 card. And yeah, so this is the full tier list. So of course we have the most cards over here in never gonna come back section, because there are too many floodgates in this game that are unfair, and it's understandable. There are some cards with that cannot come back unless another card gets banned. Here are some cards with erratas. Here are some cards that can come back to 1, and here are some cards that would make no difference whatsoever. Maybe Giant Runade should be here at 1, but I don't really think that Giant Runade is that broken as it once was, because now there are a lot of combo decks, and combo decks wouldn't really love wouldn't really run Giant Runeway, they would just run either Lightning Storm or Heavy Storm or Harpy's Feather Duster. So yeah. And that's it. That's gonna be for the video. If you think this list is not that good, type in the comments to see why, because I would really like to listen to your opinion. But yeah, that's it gonna be for the video. Thank you for watching, see you soon, and goodbye.